I'm Hallo Red.
So, oh, Hallöchen Leute und herzlich willkommen zum, sagen wir mal, Teil 2 dieses Streams. Wir werden jetzt den Clone Wars Panel uns, nicht mein Kanal, nein, wir werden nun nämlich jetzt den Star Wars Celebration Livestream uns geben. So. Here, day 3, Sunday.
Thank you so much. I mean, guys, thank you so much for showing me the love here.
Also eigentlich nach dem Plan muss ich kurz eingeben. Celebration Panels. Müsste der Star Wars The Clone Wars Panel lasst mich kurz schauen. Sunday. Star Wars Celebration. Hier der Mandalorian. Der Mandalorian Stream. Wieder der Mandalorian. Ich will aber der Clone Wars. So. Ich muss kurz schauen. So, das letzte, was ich gelesen habe, ist, dass er um 22:30 Uhr in Deutschland starten wird. Ey, was sind denn hier alles für Events bei der Star Wars Celebration? So. Das hieß Star Wars The Clone Wars Sneak Peek, ja, hier. Live on. Das hier. Genau das habe ich gesucht. 3:30 Uhr. Wir müssen also 7 Stunden plus rechnen. Bis 22:30 Uhr in unserer Zeit. Was heißt... Warte kurz. Dass es jetzt eigentlich beginnen müsste. So.
Well, I was obviously I was shocked because I had stuff to do, you know, and
Servus, Meister
but then I said yes eventually, and just kidding. Anyways, say what? I mean, showering with Han is it's good that they cut away because don't want those scenes to last too long, you know. Gets uncomfortable. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Forget I said that. What? We have R2 and we are not releasing him until you pay money. I don't know. We will find out. Well, as far as episode 9 goes, we will find out closer to the film. This was just a tiny teaser to the film. And I think I'm so glad to have J.J. Abrams back to finish off this wonderful trilogy. Woo!
Oh, über Episode 9 wird geredet.
Day, you know.
Bin ich doch dabei.
We won't answer any questions about the future. We will not answer any questions because what did I take from the set? Not until the movie's released. They can still erase my name, you know. And yeah, any other questions, guys?
Do
I still eat pork? Well, my diet has changed since The Last Jedi, but I'll tell you, it's like I said in the panel, it's they do taste best fried. What did I take from the solo set? I don't remember taking much. I mean, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to come back, and I want the set pieces to be there when I get back. I don't want them to be in my house.
Big time actor
Solo
got a
sequel,
one.
baby. Let's hear it.
Wait, big time actor's got a one-man show now, huh?
Exactly.
I like this.
I mean, it wasn't my fault that you guys ran away.
I like this.
I didn't plan this to go like this.
He's a big man. You got to give him his space. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Let's get one Anthony Carboni here.
Yo, Jonas Sotamo. Please, thank you for coming by, man.
We
love this. We love seeing you. You are an amazing man. Thank you for shooting the cannon and answering questions and just being genuinely wonderful in every way.
Thank you so much.
We have been loving your reactions and your videos you've been sharing online using the official Star Wars Celebration hashtag. And before we go to the next panel, we wanted to reveal another one of your interactive poll results. The winner of which famous Mandalorian would you want to squad up for a day with is...
I don't know.
They're not going to say it.
Okay.
Well, there we go. It was Sabine Wren. Are you a Rebels fan? You like Sabine?
I do love the Rebels, but I need to catch up on the latest episodes.
Oh, it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. Our next interactive poll, Jonas, is Clone Wars related, naturally, because the Clone Wars panel is next. So without further ado, which character are you most excited to see return to the Clone Wars? You want to read them, their choices there?
Okay, the choices are Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, Padme Amidala. Let us know right now.
At Star Wars on Twitter, keep sending in your reactions and thoughts from the show floor or at home. We'll feature them here all weekend long. And really briefly, thank you again to Jonas for surprising us.
Okay, Clone Wars panel
The Clone Wars is officially saved, and now it's time to get your first look. The Clone Wars panel is about to begin. Enjoy.
Okay, jetzt Clone Wars beginnt. Meister Juju noch dabei? So, jetzt will ich sehen, ob sie gleich... Oh, es gibt gleich einen Trailer.
I have to admit that without the clones, it would not have been a victory.
Victory? Victory, you say? Master Obi-Wan, not victory. The shroud of the dark side has fallen. Begun. The Clone War has.
I'm Ahsoka?
Obi-Wan,
So gut.
have you trained the boy? A new power is rising. I foreseen it.
You should have quit while you were still alive, Dooku.
You cannot deny your feelings, Anakin.
They are what make you special.
Here we go.
Das ist jetzt ein Zusammenfassen oder ist das ein Trailer? Also ich liebe mich voll. Vor allem mit dieser Episode 7 Musik. Oh, das ist schon. Diese Musik. Das ist so göttlich. Diese Musik ist von Star Wars Episode 7, oder?
To teach an apprentice. To let go of his pupil. A greater challenge it will be.
Here we are.
Welcome your host for a sneak peek at Clone Wars, Mr. Warwick Davis!
Oh, Warwick Davis!
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you indeed. Welcome everyone. How's it going?
Der Typ ist
Are we
echt
all having a
Bombe.
great celebration or what? Yes, we are indeed. And welcome to everyone who's watching the streaming from all the corners of the galaxy as well. Welcome to you, to this very special Clone Wars panel. Who's excited for this? Oh yes, I can't wait to find out more. But before we bring on the team from Clone Wars, I just want to say hello to some folks in our best seats over here, because there's some wonderful costumes that I'm seeing here. Hello, how are you guys doing? May I ask who you are today? No, who you really are. It's Tony, yeah? And you're dressed as Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars.
I am.
Can you do the accent?
Hey, wieso dürfen die so nah sitzen, die Glücklichen?
Hello there. Fabulous. And hello to you. What's your name?
Hello
My name's
there.
Ashley, and where are you from?
I'm from Orlando.
No, Ashley, I recognise
Yes.
you. I recognise this lady. She was dressed as another character only yesterday.
Yes, Harrison Dula.
Ah, very good. And I believe you're responsible for the wonderful artwork we see moving around here, yes?
Obi-Wan and myself.
Oh, and Obi-Wan. I didn't recognise you. And it's you. You're all different today. Fabulous. Hello, how are you?
Adrian. I'm good.
You're good, yeah. You're very Adrian today, yes,
yeah,
indeed.
very.
And are you a fan of the Clone Wars?
Yes, I am.
So what are you most excited about today?
The new season.
Of course. Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka.
Yes.
You're a big fan of Ahsoka?
Diese Leute, die nur
Ashley's
da
gonna be out
sitzen und
here in a
alles
minute.
filmen.
Look
Oh
at
my
his
God.
face. Look at his face. You're going to be within a few feet of Ashley Eckstein. How do you feel now?
I'm shaking.
You're shaking. Yeah. We should have security standing by here, actually, in case he makes a dash. Okay. And let me just say hello to you.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
Oh, very well. Who's your friend here?
Good. This is our dog, Simon.
Hello, Simon?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very strange name for a dog, isn't it, Simon? Hello, Simon.
We consider him our son.
Hello,
so we
Simon.
can have some of our own.
Hello. You're little Ewok, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's cute. And is Simon a fan of Clone Wars?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
We showed him most
Simon,
of the
the
seasons already. We've
Hund.
been streaming it before we came.
Oh, very good. Okay. Yeah. You answered that in all sincerity then. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Simon, enjoy the show. Our best seats in the house, everyone. There they are. Over a span of 6 seasons and more than 100 episodes, the Clone Wars pushed the boundaries of television animation, receiving acclaim not only for its technical achievements, but its complex and compelling
Hey Filoni,
storylines.
holt ihn raus.
The series won 4 Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Special Class Animated Programs 2 years in a row. It introduced us to fan-favourite characters Ahsoka Tano,
Ja, Ahsoka.
Clone Captain
Applaus.
Rex,
Noch besser.
and countless others, and resurrected one of Star Wars' most popular villains, Darth Maul.
Ja.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to tell us more about this exciting new Clone Wars season, please welcome Dave Filoni, Dee Bradley Baker, Ashley Eckstein, and Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer. Geil. Alter. Das wird so bombastisch. Ich sag's euch, Leute.
Welcome. There you go. Dee, welcome. Ashley, lovely to see you. Oh. Sam, pleasure.
Ach,
Good to see
Dee
you.
Bradley Baker ist der die Klone alle spricht.
Welcome, team.
Und
How
Sam
you doing?
Witwer, also
Good.
Isn't this
Ashley
exciting?
Eckstein
Look,
ist
there's
Ahsoka
a-
und
they're on their
Sam
feet,
Witwer spielt den
getting
Imperator
photographs of
und
you
Darth
all.
Maul.
Exciting.
Also
There
spricht.
seems to be some excitement in the house today.
Indeed. Indeed. And Ashley, your biggest fan is right over here. Is Adrian there? Look at him. He can't believe how close he is to you right now.
Wait, which one in the front row?
Adrian, there he is waving. Look, with there he
The
is.
guy next to the dog.
Oh no! No, hang on. Oh my word!
I'm talking about
He
the
can't
So
puppy.
viel zur Security.
Somewhere in time.
Yeah, on a picture.
Ba-da-da-da.
Er weiß gar nicht, was er machen soll.
Yeah, just chat amongst yourselves a minute. Here we go, having a selfie. Ah, wow.
Aw.
Thank you,
Der
Ashley.
Glückliche. Na, hat ein Foto.
You have just made
Gratis.
his entire life. How's that, Adrian? You owe me one, buddy. All right.
He's weeping. Oh.
So, welcome to all of you. It's really great to have you here. Dave, I've interviewed you on many occasions over the years, and it's great to have you back again.
Yes, it's good to see you.
Now,
Good to see you.
I can't really tell, but I think everyone's thrilled that Clone Wars is coming back.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you.
Clone Wars safe.
That's
Wow.
my hope.
So you got a limited run of a few episodes in this season. Now, many of us never thought this was going to happen. Can you tell us how it happened?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen. To be honest, it's a very challenging show to make. And in a lot of ways, I think most of us at Lucas Animation, we'd moved on. We were making Star Wars Rebels and finishing that up. But really, I have to say, it was the persistence and the perception of Carrie Beck at Lucasfilm Animation and Agnes Chu at Disney Plus that got together and said, you know, we should finish this. We should make more. And they came to me and said, would you like to do it? And I said, yeah, but I don't know if I can do it again. I mean, it's that challenging. And it's a very personal show to me with the people that I worked with on to make it, working with George. So I had to do an assessment and make sure that if we did it, that we could do it the right way and that we could have the scale, the scope, and the stories that I know everybody wants. And I think in the end, obviously, the answer was yes, we could, and we sat down, and here we go.
You mentioned that it was a very challenging show to make. What makes it challenging for you?
The scale of it's huge.
Is it?
You know, on Star Wars Rebels, we were dealing with just a smaller group of people fighting against the Empire, and we could grow that over time. But you never had hundreds of soldiers in the battlefield fighting at one time, really. Just technically, to do some things in Clone Wars, you'll have hundreds of clones fighting thousands of battle droids. And to execute that, you need a certain, you know, technical ability. You need the right kind of staff. You need the right programs. You have to have everything in place. It's not like you just turn it back on as a machine. Right. But luckily, I have enough people that carried over from the original in enough key places that we were able to figure it out with the animation studios. And I think in the end, and as it should be, we're going to do it better this time around than we did before.
Okay. Wow. Ja, die Animationen werden, glaube ich, noch mal besser sein. Man ja schon gesehen.
So Dee, Ashley, and Sam, what was it like for you when you first found out, and what was your initial reaction?
It freaked me out. I didn't think I'd be doing clones ever again.
No.
I thought that was the end of it. And really, if someone says, is there one thing you would like to do, you know, in a voiceover career out here in Los Angeles that you haven't done, I would have said, I would like to go back and finish the Clone Wars, is what I'd like to do. Wow. So it's beyond thrilling to dive back in and to have Dave and the team finish it off the way that he wants, and especially for the fans to be able to experience the cinematic finish that this deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ashley, how did you find out? Did Dave call you up one day and say, hey...
Sie ist wahrscheinlich komplett ausgelassen.
Well, you got a record of this, don't you?
Yes, I do. So I found out in an interesting way, and I haven't quite told the truth of how I first found out, because obviously we live our life always in secrecy. I feel like we've signed our lives away in NDAs, and we're always keeping secrets and trying to be a part of Dave's trust tree. And
there's an implied non-disclosure agreement, the NDA, whenever you work on something, and it's particularly strong with something that's Lucas oriented.
Yes, but as a cast, we're very close. We are like a family, and we are ironclad. So we tell each other things because we know we can. So I'm actually at Disney World in line on a ride, and I get a text from D. Bradley Baker. And I will read it. Here's our text chain.
Well, actually, it's from Captain Rex. I said, you won't believe what Dave just told me. Shh.
And I said, what? With four question marks.
Don't dare even tell anyone I even said anything. Please don't.
And I said, I would never. Is he with you? This feels like a trap.
He is. We're wine tasting with the rebels.
And I said, I thought so. Laugh out loud. Tell him I'm not that easily fooled.
Has he spoken to you?
Hat schon gar keinen Bock mehr.
And I said, no, why?
Afraid to even text.
Schaut ihn, Alter.
Are you right, Dave?
Der Hut.
And so I said, well, I wouldn't. I hope it's what I think it is.
Tell no one. Jedi promise.
And I said, I promise, but I know Dave is watching. And then just say that.
CW finale, 12 eps soon.
So that was our text chain.
Okay.
I mean,
so einen WhatsApp-Chat hätte ich auch gern.
That's how I found out.
Rex had to tell Ahsoka. There's just no way.
Exactly. I mean, if we're not in Dave's trust tree, then Ahsoka and Rex, we have our own trust tree.
Kann's nicht lassen.
Oh. So, moving on. Sam, what's it been like for you going back to the Clone Wars again?
Sam Woodward. Der Typ ist echt eine Legende, ich sag's euch.
Well, do you remember when we were doing Malachor? And I'm calling you Lady Maul is calling Ahsoka Lady Tano, and there's all this implied history. So me and Ashley go to Dave and we go, so what happened in the siege of Mandalore? Can we please know? Because we're referring to it now. And Dave goes, yeah, you guys would have known, but you don't know, and I'm not going to tell you. and every time that I tried to get him to tell me anything about the siege of Mandalore, he'd be like, no, I'm not telling you. And I always thought that was weird that he wouldn't tell me the way we were supposed to end the Clone Wars. So one day, I was having a nice lunch with Dave and his lovely wife Anne, who the Convor is named after. And no one broke any trust trees. It's just that Anne said one thing. And Anne's out there somewhere. Anne said, Dave, can I tell him? And I said,
The trust
and then
tree
Dave
is
said,
fallen.
no. And immediately I'm like, it was like the usual suspects. I'm like, wait a second, hold on. And visions of this siege of Mandalore. Malachor or Mandalore, sorry, a little confused. So I guessed, but I didn't know. And then Dave finally told me, and then I knew for just under I think it was under a year, or at least it felt like a year. It was terrible. That was the worst secret I've ever kept in my entire career. It hurt to keep that inside.
Ist echt ganz lustig zu hören, wie sie alle erfahren haben, dass Clone Wars zurückkommt.
12 episodes because it's all they can handle. It's all we can together successfully.
Das ist so geil. Also ich muss sagen, die
and the
vier
trust
zusammen.
tree is in a completely separate park and garden than where you guys are. You guys are like the shrubbery that leads you to the tree, and then there's a nice garden gate and an area around the tree. There are even people there that are not in the tree, called production staff, that want to know what's going on, and I only tell them what they need to know, and then there's the actual tree, which I will saw limbs off when I need to.
I feel like after today you're going to be instituting a moat around the tree.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea, Rex.
Yeah. He's revving up his chainsaw as we speak.
I approve of that design. Why don't you and the clones get to work? But this is why you don't know the end of the show, which is really all I've got at this point.
Well, I'm used to that.
So actors, for you, has it been challenging sort of inhabiting your characters again at this stage in the story? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I worked so closely with Dave going from Clone Wars Ahsoka to Rebels Ahsoka, and it took us a while. I mean, I feel like it took me a while to get Rebels Ahsoka and get her voice, and I finally, I feel like, got in that zone, and then he's like, yeah, now you gotta go back to Clone Wars Ahsoka, and it took me a while to go back to Clone Wars Ahsoka, but, I mean, I know I said this at Comic-Con, but I'm gonna embarrass him once again. I can't stress how crucial having Dave as the director is for us.
Yeah.
Because he's the most amazing director I've ever worked with. And
nette Worte.
She's planting seeds for a new trust tree.
Aww.
That is true. No, but no, I'm a very visual person, so I actually very heavily rely on Dave and his direction, and I do trust him. I mean, we're talking about trust, but we have a thing since 2006, since we've been working together, and he gives such amazing direction, and he knows when he has something. And it just, even last week, I was like, do you have it? And he's like, what, you don't trust me? And I was like, no, I do. Okay, move on.
Also Leute, wenn es Informationen gibt, die man bringen kann, dann stoppe ich auch in dem Livestream kurz mal, aber gerade reden diese halt ein bisschen, wie sie selber aus, so persönliche Sachen, deswegen lohnt es sich gerade nicht zu stoppen. Aber jetzt wird's interessant.
I can't remember, they've been talking, I don't remember what part of the program we're at now. We're gonna get into the clones, of course, because it's called Clone Wars, so that's not really that shocking.
No.
But I think you can see now a couple different things, technical and story-wise. We revamped the look of the show a tiny bit. The big question was, how do we make Clone Wars, how do we make it better now that we have better technology to animate with? And so we actually redid some of the facial features, just tweaked them a little bit. So the animation will be better on the faces, so that the emotions ring a little truer. So you can see there a before and after in Captain Rex. You probably can't even tell much of the difference. There are just subtle differences in the brow and the nose, and just little things that allow the face to react better. And some of the detail in the costumes we also improved. And we're going
das hat man schon ein bisschen gemerkt im Trailer,
clones,
dass ein bisschen verbessert wurde. Von der Mimik und so her. Ja, Bad Batch.
And they're a group of clones.
Perfekt. Oh mein Gott.
That are really genetically engineered specialists. It was an idea George had. What if there was like a group of clones that, you know, had bizarre traits, and instead of getting rid of them, the Kaminoans enhanced those traits based on something that Cody.
Okay, krass. Ich habe ja auch ein Video dazu gemacht zu den Folgen von die Clone bringen könnte, und die war dabei eben. Und
it's something we had planned to do. And these episodes, actually, what's interesting about them is that they were all shot, meaning previs and pre-animation.
Deshalb gibt es auch auf YouTube diese Pre-Animations. Die habe ich auch gezeigt.
So I went back into them and just retooled them a tiny bit, because you'll see some of the story process and some of the evolution that we go through to make things better as you go and improve the film. But they are probably the most authentic to the time period of when we were way back, finishing out Clone Wars before. They will feel very authentic to those episodes in that scale.
Fantastic. Dee, have you got anything to add? I mean, it's a pretty impressive image that we're seeing here.
Yeah, these guys are really, they're really great. I have such fondness for this A-team clone gang here. They're really fun, and you guys, I think,
sehen schon echt cool aus, muss ich sagen.
You get to see them. It's incredible.
It's a funny thing to work with people that didn't work with Dee before on original Clone Wars. They're on the staff now, and they have no clue that he does all of them. It's like, and I'm like, it's the same guy. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, and that bad guy, that's him too. What? And it's like, there are some scenes in this where it's pretty much just Dee talking to Dee, shooting at Dee, killing Dee, getting back up at Dee, and it's pretty...
Alles mit einer Person.
I never get tired of that.
It is awesome. So I mean, some would say, he's very talented. Others, like me, would say greedy.
Yeah, you would.
So Dave, you've come here, you've shown us some pretty pictures and stuff. I mean, have you got anything else?
Yeah, I always think it's just great to watch Star Wars more than talk about it. It gets me out of trouble. So let's watch a clip from The Bad Batch.
Wow.
Perfekt. Okay, wir sind dabei.
Gave away our position. Although getting shot down gave away our position.
Everyone, find cover. We'll hold this position and let them come to us.
I don't think so, Captain. That's not our style. We prefer going to them. Bad Batch, Plan 82, Shockwave.
Das sind einige.
Let's get to work.
Ich will sehen, wie die kämpfen.
Mark 151. 45. Mark 151.
Es ist einfach so schön, wie diese Show zu sehen. Also, was sind das für Granaten? Das sind diese Druidenkracher, aber die Truppe ist echt krass, muss ich sagen. Also, das ist schon... Alter. Wieso waren die jetzt am Boden? Aber, keine Ahnung. Aber das war echt schön.
Wow, that was amazing.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. They're a really great team. It's really fun to watch these guys in action because they're really good and they hum as a team. It's really exciting.
What about Ahsoka's journey at this point?
Yeah,
arbeiten echt krass zusammen. Also die Episode wird echt sehr geil.
Because of the way I had it planned out, and I would say, there's a look at one of the outfits. I did a tweak on the outfit, and I was trying to decide now that she's kicked out of the temple, how does she know or have any sense of style for what to wear? I mean, you have such amazing style, but it's not like that was a primary goal in the temple. So I thought she'd wear this like jumpsuit.
Trägt sie dann diese Arbeitskleidung oder was?
At some point.
Yes.
I have no doubt. But everything from like the way she looked, and I was trying to decide after the armor, because I really liked the type of samurai style that she had in Rebels, and so I wanted to kind of figure out a way to bring that to life in this again. But her journey as it was a big question, is what does this person do who's raised in this temple with this ordered life? How does she react to everyday life? What does it mean that now she's on the outside, and how does she rectify who she was trained and raised to be versus what she experienced with leaving the Jedi Order and feeling somewhat betrayed by them and not supported by them except for Anakin? And so I came up with a story that worked off of one of our older stories, and I found a way to tell that story so it was relevant to her for who she was, who she could potentially become, and who she really needs to be. Which is really the question with Ahsoka is always
okay, anscheinend will sie echt diese Arbeitskleidung haben. Vielleicht hat sie da einen Job in der Unterwelt. Also. Könnte gut sein, ist ja auch klar, wenn man nach der Order, nachdem man Edith verlässt.
Two sisters named Trace and Rafa. And I think I have images of them here that we can see. That's Trace, a younger sister that lives in the underworld of 1313.
Also wir sind auf Ebene 1313 aus dem Videogame, das damals, ich weiß nicht, ob es wurde damals gecancelt mit Boba Fett. Und das ist ihre Freundin, oder?
They did that for you because you brainwashed them over time here. I know, because that's how you got a role on Rebels. I remember last time when you deceived me with your trickery work, but and then there's also...
You will give me a part.
It doesn't work like that on me. It's only weak-minded, my friend. Nice try.
Touche, Mr. Benelli.
And then there's her sister, Rafa. We can see who's a fantastic coat.
Gibt's auch ein Bild.
Done by the art department. I love that coat. So another maybe thing for you over there. But
das sind also ihre Unterweltfreunde.
Again, it's Ahsoka experiencing what it's like for these two women to live in the underworld of 1313 and what their lives are like contrasts heavily versus what her life was like and her involvement in the war and with Jedi versus kind of more everyday people just fighting to survive. So
Ashley, what do you feel about your story arc then? Do you kind of... I mean, don't give anything away, obviously, but I mean, is it something that, you know, it pleases you? I mean, it's interesting when you're an actor, because especially when you've been working on something for so long, you feel a certain ownership. I know a director wouldn't like you to feel that necessarily, but you kind of take it to your heart, don't you? And then it doesn't necessarily kind of go the way you want it to go.
Yeah, well, I have to say that these stories just far surpassed all of my expectations. So they're truly incredible, and I can take absolutely no credit for them. Dave and his team, they do an amazing job creating these stories. But I love these new characters, Trace and Rafa. These episodes, I can say, I mean, they went through some changes. Can I say that?
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Okay, weil zu denen gab es ja auch unfertiges Material. Scheiße, die wurden ein bisschen geändert.
Anyway,
Okay.
so these are two new characters, and they're fantastic. And I think
Ich will mal sehen, wie
Ahsoka,
Ahsoka sich da unten schlägt in der Unterwelt.
we see her in Rebels, and she has come so far, but you know, we had to go back to that place where she still has so much to learn, where she is a bit lost. She just walked away, you know, from the Jedi Order, and she is just kind of going wherever the wind takes her. And
That's a big change, though. It was a big change to go back from her being at this point in Rebels to she's still a teenager in this.
Yes.
And that was a bit challenging, just even writing it when you've written her with such wisdom at the point she was in Rebels, to go back and being like, well, she's not naive ever completely, but she definitely has a worldview that might be challenging for other people at certain times. So that was an interesting thing to kind of do and to have performed and to look at. But really, for me, it's about her becoming the person towards the person that you see in Rebels. And that was kind of the arc that I'm linking up in the bigger picture of her character.
Also der Arc hier, also die Storyline, tut so ein bisschen auf Ahsoka und Rebels wieder sozusagen hinführen.
Back before she walked away from the Jedi Order, I mean, she acted so much above her age, I feel like, in many ways. And here she is with her two peers. And it was weird. It definitely was weird, but it was great. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of character development in these episodes.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing that. A few minutes ago, we showed a clip, an exclusive clip.
Oh, noch ein Clip.
They went crazy.
Yes. So let's show another clip.
Oh.
Okay, ich bin dabei.
I love clips. It's like when I stand outside, especially in the snow. So it's snowing, more clips for the snow. Stay inside where we have clips.
So do you want to set this up, or should we just let it speak for itself?
Let's speak for itself, yeah.
Perfekt. Noch ein weiterer Clip und jetzt. Okay, dann lass uns den mal anschauen. Das ist genau wie aus dem Spiel. Schaut euch mal das Star Wars 1313 an.
What? No, no, no.
Oh shit. Die Musik ist auch wieder on point. Shit. Ah, das ist diese neue Klasse. Aber mir gefällt der Style von Ahsoka. Man sieht wirklich jetzt, wie sie sich schon zu Rebels Ahsoka entwickelt.
Yes! I've never seen that.
Sie hat es selber noch nicht gesehen.
I'm gonna make that jumpsuit.
Ja, also, es ist ein bisschen komisch zu sehen, diese Arbeitskleidung zu
Now,
arbeiten.
Sam mentioned earlier
Irgendwie,
something about the siege of
sie
Mandalore.
entwickelt sich so. Das gefällt mir. Oh, was macht Sam?
Anything you can tell us?
It's a big deal. It's the story I've thought most about probably over the last decade, and how does that all work, and how can we produce it and make it happen? It's a very challenging episode, very large scale, but the arc of it is probably the most important from several standpoints. But one of the most challenging things about Clone Wars is how it's integrated with the other films. It's between 2 and 3, and I have to adhere to a lot of continuity between those things. And when you get towards the end, I mean, that gap gets narrower and narrower. George experienced this too, making Revenge of the Sith, and he had to link up much more closely with what he was doing in A New Hope. And so a lot of the things that are in the story are things that were long planned. Some things changed because of things that had happened in Rebels, but always, I think always, frankly, for the better. Some things that exist in the story are things that he and I had discussed, George, before, you know, he sold the company and we moved on. So it's been very important to me to keep the DNA of what we were doing alive in this whole thing, that it feel authentic to Clone Wars. And this was a very big challenge as an arc, but I knew with the talent I have and the crew that we could do it. So it's been a kind of something fulfilled that I never got to do. And I feel really good about this one in particular.
Da freue ich mich ja schon. Der Mandalore Arc, der wird richtig
So Sam, you're
fett,
sitting down there
sag
at
ich
the
euch jetzt
end,
schon.
of course, the voice of Darth Maul himself. I mean, is it great to be back again? I mean, I think we've got an image of Darth Maul there. Has he got a new outfit as well? Or anything?
A little bit.
Yeah, he has. Look at that.
Looking good.
Oh, that's
Got a
nice
little
outfit.
kilt or something? What is that?
No. I mean, it's a little more derived from the way we saw you in Solo, and so I was trying to do certain connections between that look there and what we'd done in animation.
Yeah, when I got the script for this stuff and finally could read what the Siege of Mandalore was all about, I was shocked. And I mean shocked. I don't mean like, you guys are gonna really like it. No, I mean like I was shocked. I'm glad I'm sitting down. Are you sitting down? Okay.
Ich will unbedingt einen Sneak Peek von dieser Episode.
This is some of the honestly, it's my favorite stuff that we've ever done as the character. And Dave wrote it personally. So
ich bin so hyped auf diese Folge.
What was so fascinating to me about picking up with this character, you know, as Ashley was saying, you go back to the earlier version of the character. He's not crazy old Grandpa Maul from Rebels. He's the younger guy. But and Freddie Prinze Jr. once likened Maul to Sisyphus, the guy who was cursed for eternity to roll a big boulder up a hill, and right as he's about to get it up the hill, it falls back down the hill, and he's got to start all over again for eternity. Maul has been in this cycle where he's been obsessed with the same things, he's wanted the same things, and he hasn't been able to think or see his way out of this horrible, evil cycle that he's found himself in. And what I found most interesting about this arc is for a second, he actually tries to think his way out of it. He actually tries something different that he's never tried before or since, and we see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you're right on the edge there, Sam. You're right on the edge there. Right on. Did you see? You went right up to the edge. Interesting.
Okay, ist interessant, was er gerade gesagt hat.
Moving swiftly on, I believe we have another piece of concept art here.
Zeig es.
Tell us about this, Dave.
Well, today's my day to talk about Mandalorians, so I've got one of my own Mandalorians here, Bo-Katan. Will be back in this arc. She plays a pivotal role, actually, in the Siege of Mandalore, and how she weaves into the story became very important. Katie is back, Katie Sackhoff playing Bo-Katan. which is very exciting. You might have seen
Aber wieso trägt sie einen Umhang
at
eigentlich?
convention, and these are
Das ist
some
ein
of
bisschen
my
unnötig, dass man
sketches.
das ja, wenn man einen Helm auf hat.
When I had the story meetings about it with George.
Aber das kennen wir schon,
George
das
and I, would
wurde
have
schon
meetings
gezeigt.
with the writers, and we would sit down and kind of beat out the story, and these images are the ones that really lasted with me throughout the whole thing. And some of these I've shared before, but it's worth doing again because all of this has wound up actually in the story that you are going to see in some form or another. Boy, these drawings I did long time ago. There you are, some more of the images. There's her first force pushing Maul back. Always fun. That's a fun little thing that I'll talk about. I'm trying to find ways to make the show better, to give you guys more than you've ever had before. And so one of the things I thought would be great is, like, I need to have, and I wanted to have, as much as the Obi-Wan versus Maul fight was brief, I wanted this fight to be big. I wanted this to be an epic lightsaber fight. I haven't done too many of those in Clone Wars of the years, and so this one had to be, like, I felt among the best, if not the best we did. So the best way to do that, to have a great lightsaber fight, is go talk to somebody that has done lightsaber fighting. And so I went, and I know Ray Park from over the years.
Oh, shit.
And I said, Ray, wouldn't it be great if, you know, now that I've experienced doing more live action stuff, why don't we just suit you up in a mocap suit and have you be Darth Maul again? So when you
Also Ray
see
Park ist der
Maul
Schauspieler von
fighting,
Darth Maul.
it's going to be really Maul fighting. And my animation lead and I were watching.
Sie haben ihn halt wieder geholt.
As well as they've done everything in the past when Maul has done lightsaber fighting, there's just something unique about the way Ray moves. It's a skill, it's an art, it's truly him. And I was just thrilled that we could bring that and have you, the voice and the body again together. Like, it was great. It was great.
Es ist die perfekte Mischung, seine Stimme und
I got to watch it too. I showed up to the shoot, so I just sat back and watched these guys go to town.
Seine Choreografie. Das zusammen, ich sag's euch, Leute, es ist perfekt. Und wenn er sagt, es ist der beste Lichtschwertkampf, dann kann ich ihm nur vertrauen. Also ich kann ihm nur denken, das wird geil. Oh. Ja, der Siege of Mandalore
This is a
Clip.
very special clip. This one, though, you'll notice is really early days. It's just straight up animation. It's not final render, not final music, sound design. It is final voice, thank goodness. And it has both you and our friend Matt Lanter in it. And I just thought, this is the kind of thing I know you guys will appreciate and want to see. So even though it's not finished, I wanted you to experience it here at Celebration. So enjoy this clip.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh mein Gott. Ahsoka und Anakin. Commander.
They shouldn't salute me anymore. Not since I left the Order.
It doesn't matter to them. It's a sign of respect. They know what you went through for them, day after day. Battle after battle. Loyalty means everything to the clones.
Oh shit. Hey, die haben die 501. Die haben einfach diese orangen Helme. Also die haben blaue Rüstung und haben dann diese orangen Helme nur für Ahsoka. Okay, es ist irgendwie so nice. Es ist auch Captain Rex hat diesen Helm. Oh mein Gott. Wenn ich jetzt Ahsoka, Alter.
As soon as Rex and the guys knew you were back, they got to work.
The paint job's a little crude, but we think it gets the idea across. Glad to have you back, Commander.
Rex, thank you. But you don't have to call me Commander anymore.
Sure thing, Commander.
Oh mein Gott. Ach so, er meinte vorhin mit dem Matt Lanter und Ashley X-Fan. Ich dachte, er meinte Darth Maul und Anakin.
This was the scene at Celebration London when we did the Untold Tales of Ahsoka panel.
Wait, is this the scene that made you cry before when I just described it?
Yes!
Oh, right, it is that scene.
You can water
See how
the
much
trust
better
tree.
it was to watch it than it was me describe it?
Yes, but I think what's so amazing is I think why I was crying so hard then is I never ever thought that we'd be here watching the scene. So to be here and to have just watched that is incredible. Thank you.
Oh, das mit der Klon war echt wirklich schön. Also wirklich.
It's been wonderful to have, you know, you three here, members of the original cast. Of course, you yourself, Dave, as well. But I've taken the liberty of sending a little invitation out.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Would you like to meet some more of the cast of Clone Wars?
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the returning stars of Clone Wars, Matt Lanter, Catherine Tabor, Tom Kane, Matthew Wood and James
Ja.
Taylor.
Ja, Mann. Es sind alle wieder da. Also Matt Lanter, Anakin Skywalker, James Arnold Taylor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dann der eine spielt Count Dooku und die eine wird wahrscheinlich Padme spielen. Aber es ist so schön, sie alle wieder zu sehen. Leute, also wirklich.
Welcome to all of you. How you doing?
Very good, very good.
Great. So it's great.
Achso, ja, du hast eine Frage gestellt. Meister Juju, von den Typen gibt es ein Video, Star Wars Videospiel. Welches meinst denn du? Von welchem Typen? Meinst du? Boah. Wir haben Bad Batch gesehen. Wir haben so. Schreib mal, von wem du meinst. Ich weiß gerade nicht. Ich habe den Chat jetzt ein bisschen aus den Augen verloren. Weil ich würde sagen, dass du daher einen mitreißen.
Great to have you all here. Look at this assembly here, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic, isn't it? Now, you've all been working together now for 10 years, believe it or not.
Even longer.
Longer than that?
Yeah, because, right? Hasn't it been longer?
Well, yeah,
technically.
Because we were in the...
We've all...
Welcher braunhaarige? Sag mal, weißt du die Figur, oder? Ach so, du meinst Sam Witwer. Ja, der spielt bei Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Der war da die Figur sozusagen für das Game. Genau, ja, er hat auch das Voice-Over für den gemacht. Für, ich weiß jetzt nicht seinen Namen. Tut mir leid, dass ich den nicht weiß, aber ja, es ist von The Force Unleashed.
Oh, this is the 2D version before on Cartoon Network.
I see, yeah, of course. So, what's it been like getting the band back together, as it were?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, never thought it was going to happen.
No, we never did. No, we thought this was done. It was a great ride, but, you know.
We just...
Ja, der Junge. Ich weiß schon, der braunhaarige, der Darth Maul spielt, oder? Das ist der in Star Wars The Force Unleashed mitspielt im Videospiel, im 1er und im 2er.
just thought we were here for a party back there. It was fun. We were having fun then. We didn't know we were going to get... This is even better. Look at all of you. You're beautiful. Yeah, look at them. Hello there.
Hello there.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
Yes.
Appreciate it, we do, yes.
Wow.
Ach so, ist die.
Would you care to as well?
Fans at war, walking around the planet right off and...
Ach so, das ist der Sprecher von Clone Wars, der die Folgen ansagt.
So you guys, I mean, you seem to slip in and out of the voices very easily. I mean, it's something that coming back to this again you found very easy, yeah?
Well, people ask, you know, how do you switch from this to this to this? And like, it's, you know, it's an app. You know, once no, it is. Once it's in your head and you know the character, it's just like, you know, he can go from battle droid to Grievous in a split second because, like I just say, it's like punching an app. There it is. You know,
I mean, for me, I feel like I never quite put. I mean, obviously, Anakin is more my voice, just a little deeper sometimes. But I feel like I never quite put Anakin down. You know, we do a lot of video games, things like that. I never quite put it down. So it wasn't. I felt like I picked it right back up, jumped right back into it pretty quick.
You know what? Because you have all been keeping it alive.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's right.
We are not worthy.
I was just going to say, too, that, like, I felt, and people have said this before, but I felt like we were also really well cast for our characters, so that inherently, like, James is very Obi-Wan, Matt is very Anakin, Ashley's very Ahsoka. I mean, it just is kind of...
D is every clone.
Yes.
Every one of them.
And this Matt is definitely Grievous and the droids.
So, you know, you seem to get on like sort of one big happy family here. But you don't often get to work together in the recording studio, do you? You're separately recorded, yeah?
Some of them do. I don't live in LA anymore, so I do my stuff remotely. The only time I go back to LA is, you know, it's a feature film. They will absolutely...
Bigger name.
They will absolutely not send a script over email. They're like, no. But yeah, it's...
We get to work together, though, for the most part. I mean, that's the thing. And the other thing is we really are a family. Thank you, Star Wars, because you made this wonderful family for us. And we all just know each other and hang out all the time now, so yeah.
No, I mean, since this started, my hair went white, and, you know, we've adopted a couple kids, and we moved half across the country, but this was the constant, you know, in my life, so...
Yeah. And why do you think it is that Clone Wars resonates with the fans in the way it does? I mean, any of you can comment.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni. He is brilliant.
Why?
No, I'm saying Dave Filoni.
Saying Dave
Oh,
Filoni.
no. I mean, no. No. Yes. Thank you, but look, I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. It's very good. Thank you. But in reality, the reason why it works is because I was taught by the master. That's why it works. I was taught by George. I had to sit with him on a regular basis, and he explained these stories to me, and I listened. And for any young person wanting to be in film or any walk of life, when you meet somebody that is more experienced, that could be a mentor, you should listen. You don't need to impress them by trying to say, oh, I already know how to do that. That's not impressive. Listening is impressive. And that was one of the #1 skills that I had, you know, the ability to listen. That you guys like any of this at all is just, to me, always, it just shows you how he really knew, George really knew what he was doing. And he laid a foundation that has been so alive that we still have these celebrations, and you see so many great creative talents now coming on and creating Star Wars, like, you know, working with Jon Favreau now on Mandalorian, and he loves Star Wars, and I talked to him about it. JJ loves Star Wars, we talked about that, and you see this group of people that, like, we love this, you guys love this, let's make more of this, and that's all part of this.
Genau die richtige Richtung.
You have to understand that 1 year before Dave was hired to do this, he was cosplaying at a con as Plo Koon.
Yeah, I love
Plo Koon.
He never got to do much, and then I got to run the Clone Wars, and he did a heck of a lot more.
Dass Cosplay macht, ist auch
that was
erstaunlich.
Weird, but really cool. And George is like, why do you like that guy? I'm like, I don't know. I can't explain it. He's like, I can't explain it either. Yeah, maybe so.
Well, Dave, you've been really generous today. You've shown us some lovely conceptual artwork. You've given us 3 clips.
3
exclusive clips.
3 clips.
And we have a wonderful cast reunion here. But I want more.
You want more?
Ich will auch mehr.
It's not enough.
Bitte ein Trailer. Give me ein
I love how
Trailer.
direct you are. Like that time you said you've never cast me in anything. And
I did.
was
I just came out with it, didn't I?
Then I did, and it worked out brilliantly.
It worked out very well, except because of the time difference, I recorded my dialogue in London in the afternoon, and Dave had to come in very, very early in the morning, and it's not your best time of day.
Very
if I'm
early.
honest.
And then I remembered why I hadn't cast you. Because I'd have to get up very early to get to know. It was totally worth it.
I thought you were talking about the performance. Well done.
Oh my God! No, the performance was great. All right. Well, this is the time that we should show a trailer.
What?
Ja.
This time we should show a trailer.
Ja.
You're kidding.
A first trailer. We had the other one. I only had 4 shots, so I couldn't make much of a trailer. I have more shots now.
Wow.
So let's watch a trailer for the return of Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Leute, schnallt euch kurz an. Ich tu das kurz aufnehmen. So. Muss ich ein bisschen leiser machen, weil das Piepen ist etwas.
I'm not coming back.
You are making a mistake.
Oh nein.
Maybe. But I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you.
Diese Szene. Die ist immer noch sehr tief in meinem Herzen.
Where exactly are you from? I used to live in the upper levels of Coruscant. You're probably better off down here. With the Jedi running around.
Mace Windu.
Starting wars.
Sind das Mandalorians?
I've watched so many of my brothers fall during this war. Fives. Echo. Heavy.
Master Yoda, your thoughts on how to win the war? No longer certain that one ever can win a war. I am.
You'll never see any Jedi around here. It's not safe down here. Things could have gotten messy for you.
Das sind die Schwarze Sonne, Bo-Katan. Und die neue Charakterin.
What squad are we taking in? Experimental unit clone force 99.
Commander Cody.
Cavalry has arrived.
Bad Batch. Ja. Oh, der Shot in... Oh mein Gott. Anakin. Oh mein Gott. Sie mit 2 Lichtschwertern. Das war eine neue Klontruppeneinheit, glaube ich. Mace und Obi-Wan. Team-Up. Er ist wieder zurück. Oh shit. Ahsoka gegen die Mandalorianer. Das ist auf Mandalore, das ist... Seeds of Mandalore. Gib mir nur noch Maul. Darth Maul.
I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here?
Oh shit. Darth Maul gegen Ahsoka. Ich kann echt nicht mehr. Ich kann nicht mehr. Okay Leute, das war echt unfassbar geil. Unfassbar geil.
Look at that.
Ich kann gar nicht mehr. Ich bin so mit den Nerven am Ende. Ich will einfach so schlafen gehen, aber diese Serie hält mich so krass wach.
Watch it, you will. Search the force and foreseen it, I have. Yeah.
What an amazing response, Dave. I mean, I would expect nothing less, though. That was absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, man. Thanks, bud.
Fantastic. Just something to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, you'll all have one of these tickets here. Don't forget, you can get this exclusive mini poster. Okay, you have to present this. The instructions are on here.
Oh, was denn?
This is what you can get.
Oh, shit.
So don't forget to pick that up. That trailer was incredible.
Thanks, man.
I think I passed out during it.
I'd like to watch it again. It was a lot of work.
Well, I need to watch it again.
Let's do it.
Although these people have got other things to do. They don't want to see it again.
It's snowing outside. They probably want to enjoy the snow.
Yeah, but they've got loads of it. They want to go eat and stuff. They don't want to see it again. I'm sure.
Right? Warwick, I don't have a ticket. Can you hook me up?
I will. I'll sort you out. Yeah. So you want to see that again?
Ja, wir wollen.
All right, let's see it again then.
Okay, Leute, ich werde jetzt in dem Trailer stoppen, bisschen, um ein paar Sachen zu besprechen. Schreibt mal eure Meinung bitte rein zu dem Trailer.
I'm not coming back.
You are making a mistake.
Maybe. But I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you.
Okay, das kennen wir schon. Das ist ja uns schon bekannt. Hier. Ihr wart ja jetzt sicherlich alle dabei. Das ist ja eben vorhin aus dem Sneak Peek. Aus der einen Episode mit Ahsokas Underworld Arc. Also auf Englisch, auf Deutsch halt der Unterwelt Arc. Also die Episoden, wo Ahsoka in der Unterwelt nach ihrem Austritt aus dem Jedi-Orden bleibt halt. Wirklich interessant zu sehen. Das war die Speeder-Szene. Und das hier auf Level 1313 in der Coruscant-Unterwelt ist ganz nice, weil es eine richtige Anspielung auf das Spiel ist, was damals gecancelt wurde. Mit Boba Fett und so. Das hieß ja damals Star Wars 1313. 13, ja. Star Wars 1313. Und dass sie hier diese Ebene sozusagen da Ahsoka hinschicken, weil das ist ja sozusagen diese graue Unterweltebene. Finde ich schon sehr interessant.
Where exactly are you from? Hi.
Und ich finde auch ihr neues Outfit, das jetzt mehr mit Rebels Ahsoka übereinstimmt, wirklich sehr schön. Nur ich kann mich noch nicht ganz an diese Arbeitsklamotten gewöhnen. Aber sie wird ihr neues Outfit wieder im Siege of Mandalore Arc bekommen. Hier, das Outfit meine ich, damit kann ich mich noch nicht ganz anfreunden. Aber obenrum verwandelt sich schon in Rebels Ahsoka. Hier, das wird auch ein interessanter Story Arc. Und zwar werden Obi-Wan und Mace Windu ein Team-Up haben. Aber ich weiß nicht, worum es genau in diesen Episoden gehen soll, weil in den Folgen, wo ich geschaut habe, was es denn welche Clone Wars Folgen damals so. Ihr wisst, da habe ich ein Video gemacht, was ich mir zur Staffel 7 erwarte. Da gab es keine speziellen Sachen mit Mace und Obi-Wan, da wo sie irgendwas zusammen machen. Also, das würde mich sehr interessieren, warum sie genau hier. Also scheint ja ein leichter Droidenstützpunkt hier zu sein. Und irgendwas man sieht auch später, dass sie irgendwas mit Klonen hier einen kleinen Hinterhalt, glaube ich, starten. Und das würde mich, ich glaube, es wird so 2 oder sogar noch eine Episode mit diesem Story Arc hier sein.
Where exactly are you from? Hi.
Und ich finde auch ihr neues Outfit, das jetzt mehr mit Rebels Ahsoka übereinstimmt, wirklich sehr schön. Nur ich kann mich noch nicht ganz an diese Arbeitsklamotten gewöhnen. Aber
starting wars.
Hier haben wir einmal Mandalorianer. Nee, sorry. Das sind Klontruppen mit Jetpacks. Danke an Battlefront 2, dass wir diese nun auch haben. Und ich hoffe, dass sie jetzt die Clone Legions auch für Jet-Truppler auswählen lassen, weil das hier ist ein gelber Jet-Truppler. Also einer der 212. Und hier dieser Shot, muss ich sagen, sieht echt sehr filmmäßig aus. Dafür, dass es eine Serie ist, eine Animationsserie von Captain Rex. Also, das müsst ihr euch mal geben. Hier, Cody. Also, Rex kann einem schon leid tun, weil jetzt sieht man ja die Tode von Five.
Echo. Heavy.
Master Yoda.
Von den allen. Hier ist nochmal der Story. Ich glaube, das ist eine neue Klontruppeneinheit. Also mir ist sie noch nicht bekannt. Oder es ist einfach die von Mace Windu. Mein Battlefront habe ich sie jetzt nicht gesehen. Ja. Ich weiß davon gerade nichts.
Your thoughts on how to win the war? No longer certain that one ever.
Das hier ist auch interessant. Das hier erinnert mich an den Schiffhafen von Fondor aus Battlefront 2. Kennt ihr, wo die Sternzerstörer gelagert wurden? Und das ist eben dasselbe nur für die Separatisten so. Oder für die Republik. Ich kann es gerade nicht herausfinden. Auf jeden Fall gibt es eine Schlacht. Vielleicht hängt es auch mit Obi-Wans und Mace Arc zusammen.
You'll never see any Jedi around here.
Hier, das ist noch ein bisschen fraglich, was das ist.
It's not safe down here.
Das hier ist die schwarze Sonne oder diese damals hier mit dem Cypher Diaz Arc zu tun hatten, mit Darth Tyrannus, also mit Lord Tyrannus, also mit Count Dooku. Die, ich weiß nicht mehr ihren Namen, die Pikes, genau. Die haben mit Darth Maul auch zusammengearbeitet. Anscheinend auf der Jagd jetzt nachher Ahsoka.
Things could have gotten messy for you.
Und hier Bo-Katan in ihrem, unauffälligen Outfit mit ihrem Helm. Verstehe ich aber nicht ganz. So.
That's why I've got my ship.
Das ist der neue Charakter.
What squad are we taking in? Experimental unit clone force?
Das hier ist Echo. Ich kann es euch nicht sagen, aber Cody und Rex zusammenziehen ist auf jeden Fall echt schick.
99.
Da haben wir den Sneak Peek schon gesehen. Und diesen Shot in High Resolution zu sehen. Ich bin so froh.
Glad to have you back, Commander.
Also anscheinend wird Ahsoka gegen die Pikes vorgehen, wie man hier sieht. Also interessant mal zu sehen, was sie jetzt gegen die Pikes hat. Hier der Kampf mit... Es könnte sein, dass Obi-Wans und Mace Windus Aufgabe mit der Bad Batch zusammenhängt. Das hier ist auch sehr geil zu sehen. Ahsoka kriegt 2 Lichtschwerter von Anakin überreicht. Aber sie sind blau. Aber es sind dieselben wie aus Star Wars Rebels. Das heißt, diese müssen irgendwann ihren Glanz verloren haben. Also ihre Farbe. Ich weiß aber nicht wie. Aber ich glaube, das erklärt sich noch.
The good is new. Maybe a little better.
Und hier ist Ahsoka mit ihren 2 Lichtschwertern auch. Das sah gerade ein bisschen wie Yavin 4 aus, aber ich glaube, es ist gar nicht Yavin 4. Und hier sieht man Mason in derselben Szene, aber diesmal umkreist. Es könnte sein, dass es mit der Bad Batch zusammenhängt. Wir kennen ja, also ich glaube, das ist darauf folgend auf die anderen Szenen. Weil ich weiß nicht, ob das sogar 2 Jedi schaffen gegen so viele Kampfdroiden. Der hier, hat auch noch überlebt. Mit dem will ich auch wissen, wie es weitergeht. Das ist der Spinnenkommander, ich weiß auch nicht. Admiral Krell, nein, nicht Krell, was war ich? Ich sag's, ich werde es noch später rausfinden. Hier ist ein geiles Team-Up zwischen Rex, Echo, das ist Echo, und der Bad Batch. Und hier beginnt der Siege of Mandalore Arc. Ahsoka gegen die Mandalorianer. Aber was ich interessant finde, ist, dass Ahsoka keine von den Mandalorianern hier getötet hat. Sie hat nur die Pistolen halt gekürzt, mit dem Lichtschwert, und hat hier das Jetpack von dem einen beschädigt. Vielleicht setzt sie sich sozusagen ein anderes Ziel, niemanden mehr zu töten. Hat man ja auch in Rebels gesehen, dass sie eigentlich so gut wie gar keinen tötet. Und jetzt Maul.
I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here?
Hier. Das ist, glaube ich, der Raum. Erstmal, Maul hat wieder 2 Lichtschwerter, Doppellichtschwert. Ahsoka ist in diesem schwarzen Raum, wo Satine regiert hat. Da, wo auch Darth Maul gegen Previsla gekämpft hat, glaube ich, ist derselbe Raum. Und das sieht schon so epic aus. Dazu kann ich leider nicht mehr sagen, außer gönnt euch. Thank you, Dave.
Star Wars celebration. I give you the cast of Clone Wars and Mr. Dave Filoni. Congratulations.
Okay, also das war's mit dem Clone Wars Panel. Ich von meiner Seite verabschiede mich jetzt auch. Ich werde natürlich die Reaction vom Clone Wars Trailer hochladen auf JuJuThinks, und es freut mich für alle, die jetzt dabei waren beim Livestream. Ja, also es hat mich wirklich gefreut, mit euch zu reacten. Die 3 Leute, die hier die ganze Zeit zugeschaut haben, wirklich vielen Dank. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen und dann ciao und bis zum nächsten Mal.